All right, now we're going to talk about posts. So posts are basically articles, and they're articles specific to your class. So this is where you're going to be spending most of your time to add new, fresh, updated content that will appear in your news, your news feeds for your classes. So there's a few things to mention here. There's two ways to do it, and I'll kind of go over both of them. So when you go to posts, you click add new to add a new post. Alternatively, if you're modifying an existing post, you click on all posts and you'll see a list of posts which you can edit. Or if there's one sort of layout you like, you can duplicate it, and that will basically copy it. So you can create a new post out of existing posts. Okay, so we'll add a new one. And there's kind of two options on how to create a post. What you're looking at now is kind of like a Word document. So this is where you'd say, hey, here's my new post. Populate any content in there. If you want to put an image in here, you can add media. So you click on add media and select the image that you want to add into that page. To add new images into this media gallery, you'd look at what's on your hard drive. So I have this folder called PTA, and here's these new images I want to add. You literally just drag them from your folder into this window, and you'll see that it gives you this option, drop files to upload. And you just drop them in there, and WordPress chugs away in creating thumbnails and different versions of them. So it uploads them to the web server. Now you can select which one you want to add into the post. You'll see this insert into post here. If I wanted to put all three of them in, I'd do that. If I wanted to put only two of them in, I'd deselect one. So this is sort of how you'd go about adding them. If I click Shift on my keyboard, if I don't have any selected, I can use the Shift key. Holding down Shift allows you to multi-select. And you'd click Insert into Post, and that chugs away. And it's actually bringing those images into the post. Any minute now. Here we go. So that's it. So that's kind of the basics on how to create a new, post. It'll grab the title. So whatever you put as the title, here's my new title. That'll be the title of the page that appears up top here. Okay. To plop this under junior infants, that's what we call categories. So on the right here, I've set up all your various categories of classes you have here. So if this article is specific to first class, you just select first class, and then WordPress does the rest in terms of putting this on the first class page, tagging it with this first class category, and then limiting it so it doesn't show up on the other class pages. All your new posts will appear on the school life section under news. So this is sort of an uncategorized view of all of your posts, regardless of what category they're in. And then they link out to more details about that specific post. So I said there's two ways to go about this. That's option one. Now let's go to option two. Let's add a new post from scratch again. Excuse me. So this time I don't want to use the Word document editor. I want to use something called the backend editor. So if I click this backend editor here, you'll notice that the layout's going to look slightly different. So think about in a Word document. When you create a new Word document, you have this option to create a new document from template. And you've probably used this before, where it gives you this layout of all these different things, and it says, hey, what template or what layout do you want to use? Same thing with WordPress using this backend editor. So you'll see it says you have a blank page, add your content, or templates. You can see the templates here by clicking Add Template. And this is already built in, so it has a list of all your various templates in here. You can click on Template Library to show options on different templates that you may have. So if you wanted to have a page with a gallery or something like that, or you can click on that and it will automatically add the template, which you can edit the elements of that template. Okay. Let's just see. Template library. And if you want to look at kind of a quick view of all the various templates available, this is where you can access the library. And this will show you all the different templates that you have that you can add. And you'll see there's a good amount of them. It gives you a brief description. So maybe it's a about page with a gallery. You can see what that would look like and preview it. So that's what the content would look like when you add that template, and then you can modify it. Click on this little arrow to bring you back to the full templates that you have here. If you want to have articles with images and a grid, you can preview what that would look like, and that's what that template would look like. And again, it plops in images which you can modify after the fact. If it's a list of articles, here's a template for that. So these are various little descriptions of articles. So, you can get creative with this, as creative as you want. A hero section, maybe like a featured image up top with some text over it. So that's called a hero. So I won't get into every single one of these, but just showing you, you do have that ability to access this template library and add various templates to your posts. Okay, once you create your posts, you do the category. That's about it. All the other work is going to be done for you in terms of plopping it into where it needs to be on your website. You'll also see here, if you don't want to use a template, you can add these elements. Add a text block. This is where you can just modify your content for that text block. And then again, it's just like a Word document, and that will automatically be appearing. You can add elements by clicking on arrows, and this brings you again to that list of different things that you can add. If you wanted to add a gallery or maybe a Google map or something, you can add that in there. And again, these are all like the pieces to the puzzle. Okay. Once you're finished with your post and you want to publish it, on the right you'll see this button for publish, and that will effectively make it live on the website automatically. You'll see that you do have the option, if you don't want to publish it now, but you want to save it for the future, you can save the draft, and it will put it in WordPress, but it won't publish it on the website yet. So once it's drafted, it's going to be just saved as a draft. You can edit this and then publish it if you want to. Okay, so that's kind of how posts work. In terms of deleting any posts that you have in here, you shouldn't have to do that, because the way I have the site set up, it's only the latest 3 that will appear on each classes page with a link out to all your archive posts. But you do have the option here, if you do want to get rid of them, you can either click bin to bin them, or multi-select ones that you want to get rid of, and there's a bulk action up top that allows you to move them to the bin. Boop, and that's it. So that will effectively delete the posts that you have that you don't want to keep. And again, because WordPress is so flexible, you do have access to the bin. So in case you change your mind later, you have the option to restore any of them. And that's how posts work.